don't have the Democrat congressional people, and I'm going back a couple of years now, who are standing up and calling him on the lies and on the bad behavior. And, to answer your question, why I think people have problems with Democrats, I think it's because they look at them, they view them as mealy mouth. And I'm going to say weak, for lack of a better word, because, when I was getting ready to say that word weak, I thought about Maxine Waters. You got people who are now standing up to that foolishness.
Right.
But 2 years ago, they weren't. And
Right.
the people have carried that attitude prior to the 2018 elections. They still have that apathetic attitude. But even if they are even looking at 2 minutes of news, they can't possibly have that attitude.
Right. Right.
And if they're listening or even having any dialogue with folks who are, watching and following our show, they can't possibly have that attitude today. So, again, just answering your question, I think that people have taken that pre-2018 attitude of Democrats being weak and mealy mouth, and it's just kind of permeated, and they just carried it on through because they're not paying as close attention to things as they should.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
All right. But where was I? Oh, I went from the state, and I'm coming. You asked me what the problems of that I thought were folks had with Democrats. What problems do you think folks had with Democrats?
I just feel like what you said, that it's just some things that has happened, and they think that they are capable of fixing everything, and that's not how it works. It's kind of hard, when you look at what has happened with the impeachment, with the fact that this man has, gotten away with, basically screwing up the country. You know what I'm saying? It's like, people, and because we haven't convicted him, or we can't kind of prove this stuff, people are like, I guess they like saying, okay, well, maybe this is a bunch of bull crap, because people had already thought from the beginning that we were just doing this type of stuff because we already had it out for number 45. That's how people was thinking. So, not really knowing, so they wasn't even paying attention to focusing on all of the bad stuff he was doing.
And this is why I really, really like what we are doing, because that increasingly I found that this is over 10, 15 years. People want to do stuff, they just don't know what to do.
Right.
And a big reason why people do not know what to do is they don't know what their responsibility is as a citizen. And they don't know that responsibility because systematically, and I will go back to even Daddy Bush, because Daddy Bush came after him. Yeah, Daddy Bush, going back to George Bush Sr.'s years. They started systematically removing things from the public school curriculum.
Right.